Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi, hello. We're back with some more Umineko. God. Okay. I got a bottle of water and a cold pizza. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I still haven't eaten. I forgot to eat. I got some food in my cupboard. I'll make it once I'm done. Give me a second. Okay, give me a second. I'm sending a message because I'm in an internet argument. Here we go. The internet argument is over. We're back to the game. We're back to Umineko. It took a while for me to start up. All right. Must have been a predetermined death at the flow of time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a nap now. Thank you for passing by at least, Cicada. Have a good nap. I'm gonna start the game right now. Give me a second. Here we go. Umineko when they cry. I'm gonna need to reset everything up because well, everything got fucked up. So I need to turn off the calculator. I have 2 instances of calculator open. What? Why? Why did I do this? Okay, and we got the chart open. Right here. I just need to capture it. Here we go. Need to recenter it. Here we go. Our beautiful, beautiful chart. Where we get reminded that this dumbass should just quit his job and stop making a fuss out of being fucking weird. I don't understand what's his deal. I just don't understand. He could just quit his job. Okay, I'll move on. I'll move on. He could just quit his job though. He could just. Let's be honest. He could just do that, but he doesn't for some reason. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Alright, not many people here. Wow. That's surprising, especially on the first day. Oh well. People are probably gonna come later. Probably. I'll keep going nonetheless. Okay. Start the game. Where were we? Right, we were back with Maria and Rosa. Finally. It finally happened. Things are finally happening. Thank fuck. God. It took so long to move past Shannon and Mr. Cannon. Okay. They had eaten breakfast at a coffee shop in the Stassen building. By chance, the inside of the shop had been decorated with Halloween colors, since it was October. Right. Right, everything happens on October 10th, I think. I managed to retain information. I'm not dumb, I'm smart. Maria seemed to be awfully pleased with that. For quite some time, she talked loudly inside the train about wanting to have a Halloween festival, without caring that she was attracting the attention of others. Halloween is popular in Europe and America, but people aren't that familiar with it in Japan. The shopping district was colorfully decorated with orange pumpkins, but the costume parades of children demanding sweets and saying trick or treat were nowhere in sight. I did not know. I thought we would celebrate. No, right? We don't have the same tradition. I still remember that factoid about Christmas in Japan, where in Japan, KFC did such a good job of essentially imposing itself as a tradition, because now they actually just eat fried chicken on Christmas in Japan for some reason. Like, KFC just did a wonderful job of making everyone think that, like, overseas they just eat fried chicken during Christmas. It's still an impressive fact of it. I don't know how they managed. Okay. Did any details about them change? I was wondering, right? Like, does anything change in between the loops? Because it's weird that it looped again. Ooh, I want a Halloween festival! Give me a second to lower the sound on my side, it's so loud. Probably on your side too. Let me lower it a bit. Alright, 1 decibel. 1 decibel lowered. I want a Halloween festival! I don't want to wear these clothes! I want to look like a witch! Surprisingly, she wants to be a witch, okay. The family conference isn't for playing. We're going to meet grandfather, so you have to dress up nice. While it wasn't completely full inside the train, it was really packed, with almost all the seats occupied with passengers. Maya was making a fuss among them, stomping her feet on the seat while Rosa scolded her. Rosa had warned her many times to lower her voice, but Maria hadn't obeyed her at all. Once Maria got like this, no matter how much you tried to explain the situation or calm her, she wouldn't listen. Before, Rosa used to pamper Maria and give in to her at times like this, but that had probably been a mistake. Surely, Maria had gained the mistaken impression that throwing a tantrum long enough would make her mother give up and do what Maria said. Rosa realized that error with the help of an educational book, and since then, she'd hardened the part of her heart that wanted to pamper her beloved daughter. A mutual understanding with Maria began to grow weaker and weaker, and she began to get discouraged by her own powerlessness more and more often. Yeah, she kinda fucked up the education, sadly. Halloween! Halloween! If you don't give me sweets, I'll play a prank! Throwing one hell of a tantrum, goddamn. I don't have any sweets to give you. We just ate breakfast. If you don't give me sweets, I'll play a prank. If you don't give me sweets, I'll play a prank. She's pissed off. Do not piss Maria off. Goddamn. It's that old woman who was sitting nearby as Maria stomped her feet, picked the candy out of her handbag and held it out to Maria. I got a sweet! I got a sweet! Look, look, Mama! Mama! Happy Halloween! Hey, Maria, you can't just accept sweets from strangers, right? Give it back! Oh, don't worry about it. She's such a spirited young lady. How old is she? Maybe there was no malice in the old woman's words. However, Rosa seemed to find that remark extremely humiliating. What? Oh, is it humiliating? What are you on about? Maria, haven't I always told you not to accept sweets from strangers? She gave it to me! No, it's mine! Let go of it! How many times do I have to tell you to do what Mama says? It's mine! Mine! God, she's struggling. Is she? Don't I always tell you not to say hoo-hoo? Best mom. Mom of the year. Wow. Wow. Right? Like, because slapping her is definitely gonna fix things. Thank you, Rosa. See, that's all you did. You just made her cry. It didn't teach her a lesson. Rosa reflexively hit Maria violently on her cheek. In a flash, Maria started crying loudly. Rosa immediately took the candy from Maria's hand and pushed it back towards the dumbfounded old woman sitting next to them. Please, do not just give sweets to my daughter. The look on her face is so pissed. God, you can see that she's a murderer, right? Like, look at her eyes. Look at how pissed off she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Braving heavily, Rosa once again held the candy out to the old woman. After getting flustered about what she should say for a few moments, perhaps the old woman realized that her actions may have troubled this parent and child, and she accepted the candy back, apologizing. Okay. After that, Rosa finally took notice of her surroundings. Her daughter's clothes were all messed up. She was crying and shouting with her nose dripping. And there were many dumbfounded passengers watching them. Except for the sound of the train running, the interior was completely silent. Yeah, see, great job, Rosa. Great job. You rock, you're great at this. Fortunately, that pitiful silence didn't last more than a short while. However, it was followed by an even more painful atmosphere as everyone began to whisper. Maya shouted, cried, kicked, and stomped her feet as usual, paying no heed to the people sitting around her. Impulsively, Rosa tried to slap her again. But she noticed the cold eyes of the people in the train and couldn't. Yeah, thank fuck. Dude, even back then slapping was more accepted, right? In time. But like, Jesus fuck. Rosa. When the train stopped, Rosa forcibly pulled Maya's arm and got off, almost dragging her daughter along. Maya didn't stop crying. No shit. Rosa took her to the end of the platform and hit her cheek again. The moment she was hit, Maya stopped crying for an instant, but before long she shouted and cried even more than before. God, she sucks! Overwhelmed with emotion, Rosa grabbed the nape of Maya's neck and dragged her, tugging at her hair. What the fuck? Jesus fuck! Mama, it hurts, it hurts! Holy shit. Didn't I tell you to shut up? That of yours! I told you to stop! That's the reason you got my friends in class, right? Get a hold of yourself! Why you're still a kindergartner inside your head? Why you got to do what Mama says? Why? With those severe words, Rosa hit Maya's cheek over and over again. The more Maya cried and shouted, the more Rosa hit her. And the more Maya was hit, the more intensely she cried and shouted. Mama, it hurts! Mama, it hurts! Save me, save me! Fucking awful shit. Why don't you stop saying hoo hoo? This is exactly where you got make friends. This is where Papa's business trip never ends. This is why excuse me, ma'am, is everything alright? Do you want something? The one who timidly called to her was the station attendant. Rosa glared at the attendant with a look that said, don't butt into the problems of a mother and child, stranger. Shut the fuck up! Of course, the attendant surely hadn't wanted to get involved either. However, Rosa had been yelling on the platform for a much longer time than she had imagined. Her emotional scolding had led the passengers on the platform to advise the attendant to call out to her. Rosa yelled at the attendant, saying not to worry anymore since we'd be getting on the next train. And then, finally, or rather for the second time, she noticed the passengers on the platform staring at her from a distance. Yeah, look sad, bitch. You're not the one being slapped. Holy shit, she's gonna make it about her. Felt the breeze making her sweat go cold, tormenting her. Maya still kept on crying, shielding her own head. Of course, if this beating continued, she'd probably keep crying indefinitely. No shit. I did it. Again. You had plenty of opportunities to stop. Oh my god. As the terrible heat in Rosa's head faded, she knew she had surrendered her soul to evil again. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. This is probably a hint. A strong hint that she did it the previous time. Mama, come back! Rosa fell to her knees and hugged Maya, whose face was all soggy with tear and mucus. All Maya did was ask for candy. Holy shit. She was calming down after being given candy. Oh my god. Maya, I'm sorry. Mama! Welcome back, welcome back! Finally, Maya realized that her mother was her mother again. She clung to her mother's body and cried, burying her face to her mother's chest. Forgive your bad mama! Forgive your bad mama! I'm so sorry. Please don't hate your mama. Oh my god. What a piece of shit person. Holy shit. Okay. Hey, I'm just fine. Don't hate mama. Mama was only being possessed by the bad witch again. But she came back, so I'm just fine. Okay. Wait. Give me a second. Give me a second. This is worth adding to the chart. This is absolutely worth adding to the chart. Alright. Okay, wait. I want to like edit properly. Here we go. I accidentally messed up. Okay. Here we go. Okay, and then we slowly approach it like this, right? I fucked it up. Perfect. Perfect. Nailed it. Nailed it. Okay. Then we take the color. We fill it. Here we go. And now it's almost like it never was split apart like this. Wonderful. I'm a pro at paint. I'm a pro. I truly am a pro. Okay. I'm gonna put it, I don't know, right here. No shit. Lol. They're just giving us the answer to what happened last time. They're just giving us the answer. Like, clearly. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Mama was just being possessed by the evil witch again. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. For a long time, the two of them hugged each other, asking for and sharing words of forgiveness. After a while, they calmed down and both moved back at the same time. Maria's face and Rosa's face were both deep red after crying their eyes out. Do you want to have a Halloween festival, Maria? Yeah. I wanted to show those pumpkin marshmallows to George and Jessica. It was a candy they'd been selling near the cash register at the shop where they'd eaten breakfast. A fancy sweet that had a big orange marshmallow in the shape of a jack-o'-lantern attached to the tip of a stick. Maya had wanted it and had instantly pestered Rosa for it. Rosa refused, saying that there was no way she could buy sweets right after breakfast. You could just buy them and then give her to her later. My god, Rosa. You could just bought her and then told her, you'll wait until we meet George and everyone else. Right? Like... Then, Maria, I don't know if they sell these in this town, but let's get up and try searching for them, okay? Yeah! I love you, Mama. Love you so much. Thank you! I love you too, Maria. The truth was that they didn't have time to waste loitering around at the stopover station. If they missed the airplane, they'd fall half a day behind schedule. She should have left home with more time to spare, but she'd ended up leaving late after choosing Maria's clothes. Because of that, Rosa had been a bit impatient since the morning. She looked at the clock. They had to get on the next train immediately. But her daughter firmly joined hands with her to go buy the sweet with her mother, and that end was warm. To Rosa as she was now, it was more important to renew her bonds with Maria. To her, Maria was not only a beloved daughter, she was everything Rosa had. Wait! Fortunately, they could see a big supermarket right in front of the station. They might not be able to find exactly the same street, but Maria would probably be happy with a similar one. So, that's how it differs. This time around, Rosa is late. Last time Rosa was on time. Besides, Rosa couldn't show up with a face swelled from crying. She must pick her makeup. Maybe you won't find a marshmallow exactly like that one, but hopefully we can find something like it. Let's buy some and surprise all your cousins together. Yeah! As long as we buy it together, any sweet is fine. They exited through the turnstile of the station in this unknown town. Maya walked across the pedestrian crossing together with her mother, chuckling to herself as though she was walking in an amusement park. Both faces were still deep red, but the two of them, mother and child, smiled worldly at each other without any restraint. God, fucking awful. Yeah, I still hate George more than Rosa, but Rosa is definitely a piece of shit. There's no excuse for that. We're already back at the mansion? Dear, what are you doing in a place like this? Oh, it's you. It's nothing. I just find this a pleasant place to think. All of our preparations for today have been completed. Why don't we have some tea and relax while we wait? Forgive me. I'm always making you handle such troublesome matters. Please, rely on me even more. I am your wife. Naturally, I'm grateful to have you always coming to my aid. That's precisely why I'm able to devote myself to my work. I understand. I understand about your work. And the topic of father's inheritance, right? That has nothing to do with you. It's nothing more than fishing for rotten meat amongst greedy siblings. It's okay, dear. Everything will go well. Your businesses have never failed to work themselves out. That's when softly cuddled close across his shoulder. He complimented Cross on his artwork, but naturally knew better than anyone that his work wasn't going well. Yeah, didn't he fuck up, like, severely in his line of work? He tried to build a resort and completely failed to account for the fact that no one would want to be on Rokkenjima. Cross's project was something like a seesaw, where a large amount of money swings. Big investments can lead to nice affairs. Yeah, he kept investing in shit and completely failing every time. But like large seesaws, they tend to shake a lot while moving very slowly, instead of showing immediate results. At times, it's possible to make further investments, so that the seesaw inclines faster towards the side you want. Of course, you'd only do that if you were confident you'd be able to recover all your investments in the not so distant future. However, the seesaw's cross shows never turned out as he would have liked them to. His foresight wasn't wrong, but the times were moving sluggishly. They never managed to catch up with him. Yeah, they mentioned that. Couldn't they just wait like a couple years every time, instead of like doubling down early on? If he knows there's a pattern like this in his investment, right? For example, think of a literal seesaw placed in the park. It's a really popular item, so there's always someone playing on it. And you've got to wait a long time for your turn. Let's say that one day you spotted one of the seesaws that was completely unused and you raced to grab it first and have it all to yourself. However, unless someone got on the opposite side of the seesaw, you wouldn't be able to play on it. Yeah, they're just restating what happened last time. What if lots of time passed and nobody came to the opposite end? Seesaws are popular, so if you wait long enough, the companion will surely show up. But Cross noticed something. The weather's getting worse, so nobody's coming outside to play. But seesaws are popular, so someone will surely come eventually. If we vacated this place because of the worsening weather, it could certainly be snatched away. And once again, he would end up longingly gazing from a distance at someone else having fun on the seesaw. On one side of the seesaw, he continued to wait patiently, all alone. That was Cross's project, and his current situation. If only I had a bit more courage and the self-confidence to believe in my own foresight, I would never have failed. Yes, that's true. Foresight is never wrong. You are the only one who inherited father's resourcefulness. I mean, everyone else has, like, successful businesses, don't they? He inherited an innate disposition that none of the other siblings did. Literally, all of them have successful businesses. Like, Hideyoshi has a successful business, but he just fucked up going on the open market because he just wasn't aware of the rules of it. Guido has a successful market, right? He managed to make a successful business in niche items, but he's being sued by a corporate conglomeration in America, right? And he's lacking money because lawsuits cost a lot of money, right? And then Rosa just sucks. Rosa is just trash. Like, there's no that what's the word? Beating around the bush, right? In French, it's spin around the pot. But beat around the bush. She just sucks at businesses. Apparently, she just has a lot of debt. But I could never believe in it. I always shut my own projects down like a coward. Why can't I believe in myself? Who would believe in a man who can't believe in himself? Nobody believes. I'm always sitting on the seat where the losers must sit. And my father, my mother, my siblings all sneer at me. Yeah. You're not good, Cross, I'm sorry, but how long is it going to take for me to be free of this emotional complex? Just how long will it take? Natsui was the only one who knew. Only she knew of Cross's anguish. As the eldest son of the Ushiromiya family, he would soon be forced to bear an immense responsibility. He couldn't open his pained heart to anyone, and was always getting compared to his father's great enterprises. I've made preparations concerning all of the matters, so that you will be able to devote your attention entirely to the family conference. Yes, everything else has been seen to. Thank you. Will there be any problems dealing with father? No. Genji and Dr. Nenjo are on our side. I'll never allow those greedy siblings to make contact with father. Okay, so... yeah, I'm noticing a few differences from last time. Last time I didn't care about them making contact. Oh, I go as a guy who died first. Hello, good eye here. Yes, please leave it to me. I'm anxious to put my skills to work for the big annual job. In the kitchen, multicolored ingredients were gathered, and the preliminary arrangements were promptly being started. Even though it was still morning, the ingredients for dinner were already in saucepans and steaming. Normally, he had to deal with several assorted matters, but on the day of the family conference, he could devote himself entirely to cooking. To Goda, who was originally a chef, this was surely the greatest gala occasion of the whole year. Yes, dinner will be half safe. A wonderful cut of meat is already anxiously waiting for tonight in the refrigerator. Please, be sure to look forward to dinner. It was rare for Goda to be in this good of a mood toward his fellow servants. Goda bragged about being the Ushiromiya family's personal chef, and knowing he was considered worthy to display his excellent cooking at the family conference was his greatest honor. Why would he want to work here? Why does he not have the ego? Understood. I will leave everything to you. Yeah, I still don't understand why those two don't have the ego, right? Like, okay, he is still recent, right? So it makes sense. But her... yeah, she has served the family for a great many years. Why does she not have the ego anywhere? You would expect her to have the ego, considering that, like, Shannon and Canon do. Maybe it's because she doesn't come from the fucking house? I think that's why. Also, is Kumasawa there? Kumasawa-san? I happened to see her earlier, but she's not here. Perhaps she went to get things ready in the guest house. Is she loafing around again? No, it is fine. Please continue with your work. Yes, leave everything to me, Goda! Genji placed the telephone back on the receiver, sighing lightly. Genji sighed once again, thinking of Kumasawa, who was probably hiding again even though things were this busy. And the ostentatious Goda, who only felt like doing anything on a day when he could show off. That's true, last time when Shannon died, he was just leaving Shannon to do everything, instead of doing it himself. I forgot about that part. Excuse me, the preparations for all the rooms in the guest house are complete. We receive instructions from Milady to prepare a room for 4 people, so that the children can spend the night together. So, what shall we do? I hear Battler Sama will be coming for the first time in 6 years. Presumably, Milady wants to stay up late into the night with her 3 cousins. Make the preparations. You do not need to tell Madam. I see. Certainly. So tonight we'll have the late night shift, followed immediately by the morning shift. It looks like these 2 days will be tiresome. Like last time, but also at late night. I started yawning like really strongly. Speaking of which, the weather forecast is saying a typhoon will strike in this area. Will everything be alright? Assuming the typhoon doesn't stray too far from its course, it may affect the boat ride back for the family members. The family conference schedule might be extended until Monday or Tuesday. Our task may be a long and tiring one, but I earnestly ask that you take care not to make any blunders. Shannon, remain calm and do not panic. Shannon, be sure to greet our guests in a sociable manner. Good luck on that one. Yeah, yes. Be careful. I'll be careful. Today, we must conduct ourselves in a manner suitable for a very important guest. See to it that you make no blunders. Who? We understand. All guests who visit here are important. Canon, in the truest sense, we will be receiving a very important guest today. Make sure that you are prepared. Who? Okay. I want to write that down. Otherwise I know I'm gonna forget. I want to note it down for later, right? Because it feels pretty important. Where do I put it? I guess here. Okay, resize. We're gonna put it like 30. Okay. Maybe a bit too small, but doesn't matter. I'll just zoom in again. Okay, and then I'm gonna just put an arrow or something here. Very important guest today. Here we go. Perfect.
Hi.
Yes, sir. I guess it's Beatrice? But why would we prepare for Beatrice? What? Shannon, is something the matter? You seem to be uneasy. Do you have some prior engagement at this time? Huh? No, it's nothing. My apologies. Nisan, important guests will be arriving today. Detach yourself from your private life. I don't know what you mean by private life. Shannon blushed just a bit. She turned her gaze away from the clock. Was it about time for the airplane carrying the family to arrive at Nijima? She tried to hide the fact that her upcoming, long-awaited reunion with George was making her heart race. But Cannon, who stood beside her, seemed to see right through her. Okay. Here we go, back to the terminal. Shannon, please don't say a word and accept this. Oh, I remember. Last time we said that George spent a lot of time in the bath. No, it's Hideyoshi, never mind. I got it wrong. Please don't say a word and accept this. Said the bathroom stall. George was practicing something over and over, thinking all the small velvet box hidden in his pocket, like a quick draw desert gunman. That's not it. Shannon likes men who are more assertive. I've gotta pump it up with more horsepower. Shannon, put this on your ring finger. That's an order, okay? If I don't say properly on the right, on the left hand, maybe you should put it on the right hand. No, Shannon, isn't that ignorant? But unless there's some root for it to express a feel, that'll be a little, I mean... Is he imitating a car? What's the deal? As he crossed his arms muttering, someone knocked on the door. George was snapped back to reality. Hey, George, good. You okay? Got a stomachache or something? Hey, Uncle Rudolph. It's okay, I'm fine. No need to worry. Really? That's good then. But you know, you're straining way too much. Your ass will burst. Rudolph watched it then, laughing cheerfully as he left. George, realizing that the most embarrassing part hadn't been overheard, relaxed and felt extremely relieved. Yeah, no shit. Kiri, isn't Rosa here yet? Not yet. She's pretty late. The good thing the weather's delaying our flight. If the schedule had gone on normally, she would have missed the plane. What'd she plan on doing then? Rosa-san is very much an adult now. He'll manage it somehow. No matter how old they get, older brothers always treat their younger sisters like children. Of course, Dad's always a kid, no matter how old he gets. I was expecting like Butler to be the one aware of what happened in episode 1, right? Like I expected Butler to you know, have a flash where he realizes everything that's coming. You know, like Final Destination, right? And that changes the course of history. Right? I'm surprised it doesn't happen like this. What'd you say? If I'm a kid, then we'll make you a baby. Oh, come on, Butler-chan. Up you go. Stop it, that tickles. Stop. You look more like two bloody friends than a father and son. Look, she's here. Oh, look at this Rosa-san. Maria, long time to see. Long time to see. Maria, shouldn't that be it's good to see you again? Greedy do she sound properly? Ooh, it's good to see you again. There you go. Well then, how about some candy as a reward? Oh, huh? Where did I put it? Rosa, it's good to see you again. It's good to see you too, Maria. It's been too long, Kiri. Hideyoshi. And, oh my, Butler-kun, look how big you've gotten. Ah, come on. It's embarrassing to hear that from everyone I meet. Hey, Rosa, you're late. If the plane was on time, you'd barely have made it. I'm sorry, we had some trouble making our train connection. So, are we waiting on the weather again? Oh, don't complain. I much prefer the 30-minute plane trip to spending 6 hours bouncing on a boat. Even if we're kept waiting here for an hour, it's still much faster overall. Is that Mario? You sure I've gotten big? She's at that growing age. You haven't seen her for 6 years, right? Well, of course she's changed. If he goes towards her and like tries to spin her in the air and she recoils away, that means nothing's changed so far. Women are creatures who can be born again in a single day when they have a change of heart. Maria, noticing a big man she didn't recognize, mixed in amongst her relatives, hid behind Rosa's back and glared at Battler. Come on, Battler, say hi! The last time you met her, she was just 3 years old, so you're practically meeting for the first time. Yeah, of course she wouldn't remember something that happened when she was 3. Hey, Maria, long time no see! You sure have gotten big. Maria, this is Battler Oni-chan, Rudolph Nissan's son. Understand? The brother's son is... The brother is the son? What? She was obviously on the guard. After all, it was hardly surprising that she'd be scared if a large guy like Battler suddenly started speaking frankly to her. Battler noticed that as well and thought of various ways he might approach her. This is not first person anymore. Battler is not speaking first person anymore. Are we going to be following it from the perspective of George? What? Then he spotted the candy she had in her hand. It was a jack-o'-lantern sweet Rosa had bought for her. I see, it's October, so that must be for Halloween. If you don't give me sweets, I'll play a prank, right? Normally, trying to snatch a sweet away from a small child will result in them crying and screaming. The adults seemed dubious about Battler's tactics, but Maria looked unexpectedly pleased, her face fleeting into a wide grin. Halloween! Halloween! See, Mama, Battler also knows about Halloween. See? Hey, call him Battler! Oni-chan, right, brother. Sorry, Battler. No, don't sweat it. Please call me Battler, because I'll be calling you Maria. Look, Maria, it's Halloween! If you don't give me sweets, I'll play a prank. If you don't give me sweets, I'll play a prank. Yeah, giggle. I did that giggle so aggressively, goddamn. From inside her purse, Maria picked out a jack-o'-lantern sweet, similar to the one she had in her hand, and presented it to Battler. When Battler accepted it, that seemed to be enough to confirm their friendship. The adults were amazed at how good children can be at getting along with each other. So it is different. As I said, I distinctly remember Battler grabbing Maria and spinning her in the air, or at least trying to, and she recoiled away in fear. And then George came up and told Battler, "Don't worry, that's how you do it." Right? Like, I distinctly remember this. Maria had been throwing attention because she wanted a Halloween festival. So Battler knew about trick-or-treating, must have felt like an ally. Her defensive posture from before was completely gone. Now she was all cheery, as though they'd been friends for decades. That's right, Halloween's a pretty minor event in Japan. You always see people marching costume parades on the news from overseas. I've never seen it here. I wanted to wear a costume too. Wanted to say trick or treat with all the cousins wearing costumes. I see. Next time, let's do it together. What would you like to dress up as? A witch! Beatrice! Yeah, that's entirely new. Why is it black fading? Okay, hi Beatrice. Battler's back. Hi Cardidian. Yeah, Battler's finally back, but it's weird that his thought is narrated in third person. I fear that he's not gonna be the main character this time around. I really fear. Oh, milady, what are you doing in such a place? But I was looking for you. I'm here because I don't want to be found. Anyway, I'm sure she just wants to scold me. Like, is your parents alright? And what's your language? Without a doubt. You know, when the day of the family conference comes, I always start thinking about this witch for some reason. Oh, and why might that be? The family conference is a day when everyone related to grandfather gathers. And yet at this time, even Battler's gonna be coming after 6 years. What if, just like that, Some relative who hasn't shown itself for several decades suddenly shows up. That's what I'm always thinking about. Ho ho! Could a relative like that exist? I mean Beatrice-sama. Nobody knows her background. Could you be grandfather's mistress from long ago? What if one of her descendants suddenly appears and tells us to return the gold we were given or something? Oh, Cross-sama and the others will probably discuss the Master's inheritance problem this year too. Once they get so fired up talking about the witch's gold, one could hardly be surprised if that witch herself were to show up, yes? Kumasawa, I guess you keep quitting and getting rehired. You've been here as long as Genji, right? You know more about Beatrice, don't you? Who knows? Even if I try to remember, this old woman here can't even recall what she had for breakfast this morning. Kumasawa, you're always dodging with those excuses. But you know something, right? Sometimes you feel kind of devious, like you know something and you're laughing behind our back. I mean, yeah, don't all servants have the ability to see Beatrice? Like, wasn't that established? That all the Ushironya blood is unable to see Beatrice, except for Maya, surprisingly. But like, everyone else can't see her, no matter what Beatrice does. I remember that. Oh, that's harsh. I don't have any secrets. The only thing I can say is that Beatrice is the Golden Witch. And that she is the other master who controls the night of this island. Okay, now you're just repeating stuff Grandfather said. It must be a pain to play along with Grandfather's crap, even though you get paid for it. However, I can say this much. What? In ancient time, Rekenjima was feared and called Azuki-shima. Azuki Bean Island? Give me a second. Here we go. That account has been created on the 25th and I've been spamming this in all channels and still not banned. Got him before I could turn on that powers. What do you mean turn on? You have to turn them on? Azuki Bean Island. The Azuki is said to be a corrupted form of Azujiki. In fact, it was called Azushiki-shimi. Evil Appetite Island. That is what is told among the fishermen. I've heard about that before. Supposedly, there's a lot of sunken rocks and shipwrecks around here. So the fishermen got scared and stayed away when we could, right? I have a toggle for mud view, but I don't want to accidentally press buttons on people in mistake. Fair enough, you know what? Fair enough. Evil spirits settled down in Azuki-shima, and have continually eaten the souls of people since ancient times. And that's what the mirror was for. Quite a few people lost their life because of this island. But then that monk, the traveling to Genji or whatever, built that shrine, deposed their souls and settled them here. Right? Sounds pretty crazy though. And that shrine to the repose of the soul was destroyed by near violet thunderbolt this summer. We sure it was the darkness of the night. I wonder who could have destroyed it. I truly wonder who could have destroyed it. Kumasawa, you really like the stories. Okay, sure, it'd be pretty creepy if a thunderbolt took out a shrine. This stream is sponsored by me being insanely late to Battler's return. You are, sadly. But Saphic, what's up? How are you doing? You missed out on Rosa being Mom of the Year by beating the shit out of Maria, but like very violently. And wait, let me show you. Because you didn't. Okay, wait. Ma'am, I was only being possessed by the Bat Witch again, is what Maria says. Okay. Was all worn out from the start. Maybe it just got washed away by some big wave. Yeah, like, okay. You also missed Battler coming back and Evans being completely different. Because this time around, Maria got like Halloween sweets, and instead of Battler grabbing Maya and spinning her in the air, with Maya getting like panicked because, you know, she doesn't know Battler. This time around, Battler talked about Halloween and they instantly became friends. That didn't happen. Things are different this time around. In very subtle ways so far, but things are different. The evil spirits of Kishima woke from his slumbers and summoned Beatrice. If Beatrice happens to pay a visit to the family conference, why don't you just pose a sick day? Kumasawa, you could just pose a sick day. If she does? Kumasawa felt silent for a moment. Jessica was pressing her to keep going, so that gap felt strange and eerie. When Kumasawa noticed that she had Jessica plain scared of her silence, she grinned broadly. Well now, I wonder what will happen. Yeah, it's not Endless Fate. I remember reading about Endless Fate. Yeah, so far it has not repeated things. It's made clear that events are different so far. Right? Like in subtle ways, but events are clearly different. Wow, that sounds great! Of course! Won't you be able to do better at work if you get a chance to enrich your art by living a good life every once in a while? What's going on? Are we back in time again? Yep. Don't leave right unless both of your wallet and your heart are enriched after all. Sure, I'll keep that door open. Go ahead and make reservations. Okay? Don't even think of missing it. Yeah, I'm calling on you. I love you, Kiri. It's nice to see that, like, most of those families, between wife and husband, there's not that many problems. At least, like, Rudolph and what's the name? Rudolph and Kiri, Hideyoshi and Eva are both like happy. It's rare. I would have expected them to be like, you know, have some sort of friction. Before a seat, there were several executives with their sleeves rolled up, eagerly waiting the end of that phone call. He kissed the receiver in front of all the executives. Amazing. Sorry to keep you waiting. Have we heard anything from the States yet? Yeah, they are surprisingly loving marriage. I agree. It's surprising. A lot of stories just like make them, you know, have some friction or like something bad going on in all of them. I'm glad. I'm glad there's no friction there. It's refreshing. Truly refreshing. Yes. You have a call from Dale Watanabe, the lawyer. I'll transfer it. No, how is it going? Well, there does seem to be one unfortunate matter. It appears the other party has no intentions of withdrawing from the trial. There's Rosa, but on the whole, it's good. There's Rosa and there's Cross and Natsui. Like, Cross and Natsui, they love each other, but to some degree, Natsui does not understand Cross, and Cross does not trust Natsui. Right? Like, there's the whole thing about Cross hiding the gold from Natsui. There's no fooling them. Please, transfer it here. Understood. I'll do that right away. The executive ordered that the external line be transferred to the secretarial office. At once, the phone in front of Rudolph rang. Hey there. Hello. Sorry for the wait, Ushiromiya speaking. Thanks. How's it going in your end?
Hello, President Ushiromiya.
It's always funny when Japanese people try to speak English. Like, you can just... I don't know why, it's funny. Hello, President Ushiromiya. Let's keep the pleasantries and jump into the main issues. Never mind, he's a Japanese speaker. I've got good news and bad news. Which would you like first? Might as well start with the bad. I hate fighting when there's no dessert. Very well. The bad news is that the other party is getting ready to prosecute. Just a few days ago, a similar trial resulted in a decision in favor of the plaintiff. The defendants were using roughly the same arguments we planned to use, but they were rejected in every case. I'm afraid to say it, but if we face the courtroom as we are now, it's extremely likely that each one of our claims will get rejected. So that trial ended up being a total bust after all. And I thought their position was even more solid than ours. That hurts. Okay, what about the good news? I managed to contact the executives of the other party. I explained the situation we're in, told them we have no intentions of tarnishing their brand's image. I managed to get an understanding. They sent us their terms over the next few days, and if these are carried out, they promised to withdraw the charges. That's good. That's good. At least. This is their proposal according to the number 2 man of their board of directors. Your impression? To be honest, I expect their terms will be extremely severe. We estimate that changing the company name and the brand name will be inevitable. I think we'll be able to earn some leeway by playing with the amount of settlement money, making a public apology in a major newspaper, and carrying all this out within a reasonable amount of time. But what the fuck did they do to get in such legal troubles? They sure are making this complicated, when they could just tell us to go broke. They only recently switched to a new president, and the groundwork hasn't been completely laid yet. If we resist until the bitter end, they fear the forces opposing the current president want the state to aid their enemies. Hence, their big shots want this matter settled as quickly as possible too. Though we might still have enough leeway to get them to mitigate the terms if it will lead to a quick settlement. Either way, we are still looking at a crazy sum of money. You need to be prepared for that. Even that would be much cheaper than paying punitive damages. Yeah, again, did they like steal the brand name or something? What did they do to like fuck up this bad? Thank you very much, sir. Please contact me if anything new happens. We're paying you a big bucks, so no idle chit chat.
Thank you.
Thank you, goodbye. Rudolph hung up the phone. The executives sitting in the reception seats seem to have guessed at the contents of the discussion. You guys hear that? Simply put, they forgive us if we can pile up enough money. Now all we've got to do is go over the amount of that money. Listen, the likely sum for the settlement Mr. Watanabe indicated is too much. We don't have that much of a margin. If we'd known this would happen, we never would have started diversifying. The calculations were that we could escape a capital crisis if we managed to endure for 3 years. If you think we'd be stabbed at the time like this, how bad could our luck get? I guess we fell at the step of the up, step and jump. It's enough to make you cry. You have no choice but to draw some money from the main bank. Banks are no good. They only bet their money on winners. The economy is improving, but we can't show weakness to the banks. President, do we have access to any funds that are unaccounted for? Funds we are unaware of? Win it. Do I look like that kind of man? The contents of my wallet are totally exposed to you guys, okay? Yeah, they're talking about the Yoshimiya family. The account books are there show all our company has. In that case, we need to raise money. We need a sponsor who can draw in several million for us as soon as possible. Meaning yen? So possibly the Yakuza as well. Yep. Makes sense. President, couldn't something be worked out with one of your personal connections? President! Nah, calm down, you bastards. Let me worry about raising the money. You guys just keep the business running without making too much noise. Accuse us as saying they'll let us be if we can show them the money. We've already got big pipelines in Asia. Things will probably be shaky, but we'll be able to maintain our current deals. Basically, if we can just bring the money together, we'll be able to solve all of our problems. Yeah, they made the point of this earlier. Like in episode 1. And by earlier, I mean like a month or so ago. Damn. Just watch, I'll fix all of this. I won't leave you out in the cold. Time to start getting your hopes up again. Once this is all behind us, it will be rewarding all of you guys with a champagne tower. I promise you that. I clicked the wrong thing. So shut up and follow me, got it? Okay. The airplane suddenly shook, probably due to turbulence. Rodolph was shots of the wake. He woke in early in the morning and ended up drifting to sleep
大丈夫？
while resting in his seat. You okay?
まだだいぶ
Are you sure you aren't still pretty sleepy? I really hope Battler is going to be the first person view here.
このところだいぶ
After all, it seems you've been really busy with work lately.
仕事が忙しいなんて
Being busy with work is nothing to complain about, right?
俺が暇に
Once I've got nothing left to do, it won't be long before we're out in the cold.
そうね
Good point.
バトラ君も帰って
Now that
きた
even
から
Battler's back,
二人で
we'd be
物を
looking at
すればいい
worse than just the two of us going around begging.
そうだね
Yeah,
6年ぶり
our
に
family's all together again. It was the first time in 6 years. What are those things there? Rocks? Because like, if you look in the back, there are the buildings, right? So what are those? Are they rocks? I think they probably are.
家族水入らずで過ごせるよう
So the leader of our family has got to give it his best if we want to spend some time alone together. Yeah, Reef. Reef makes sense, yeah. When you looked at the window, Battler exists a good luck charm. Yeah, nothing goes wrong with the battlers. Nothing ever happens to you, sure, Mia. Only good things happen to Battler. Except for when he just gets brutally mauled by demons. When he looked out the window, he saw that the airplane had already started to drop in altitude considerably. The fishing boat. Wait! In episode 1, I remember when Beatrice appears, like at the end, and Natsui faces her in the duel. There was one bullet wound on Natsui, right? And we all assumed that this meant that Natsui was, you know, shot and the shot reflected back to her. But that doesn't make sense. Because she was wielding a shotgun, I think. She was wielding a sewn-off shotgun. Or at least like rifle. And it shouldn't be like a small clean bullet hole. I remember it's a bit incoherent. I would need to go back and check again. But I'm pretty sure that the bullet wound does not match Netsui's gun. I'm pretty sure of that. It only looked like bread grains a short while ago. We're starting to become clearly recognizable.
親父に土下座して
If I could forsake myself before father and get 10 million yen every time he slugged me,
一打すくらい
do it
もらってきて
a dozen times. Are you trying to say that a shotgun can't make a single bullet hole? At a short distance, yes. They were close to each other. So if the bullet reflected, it wouldn't reflect a single bullet. Right? It's not like we're at a very long distance and she shot the shotgun. Like, let's be realistic. A shotgun shoots several pellets, and while they spread, they don't spread that far apart.
さもなきゃ
Or maybe he could just go and die already. I've always depended heavily on his financial support, and now I'm after his inheritance. The shotgun can shoot slugs instead of buckshot. True. True. Fair point. Yeah, it could just be that. But I don't know at which point Beatrice becomes real, is the thing, right? I don't know at which point Beatrice becomes alive and takes over. Because in essence, everything before Beatrice has been done by a human. Everything. Okay. I've always depended heavily on his financial support, and now I'm after his inheritance.
地獄
I made it straight to hell.
そりゃこんな
I
俺
can
に
hardly complain if
親
father
父の
doesn't want to meet the man I've become.
まさか今年も親族会議にお出になる。
Maybe that once again, you don't plan on making an appearance at the family conference? Nanjo looked at Kinzo's face, sighing. Kinzo's eyes remained rooted to the strange book on magic. I have no intention of joining those vultures in their debates. They can discuss and they'll suck my bones dry on their own. Oh, utterly contemptible. My, oh troublesome. Nanjo shook his head slightly. To him, children and grandchildren were lovely things. Not in this family. Not really in this family, not gonna lie. Don't think it's the case here. Really don't think so. He believed watching them grow was the only way to truly enjoy old age. So Kinzo's words were very saddening to Kenjo. To Nenjo. If the time comes for me to leave this room, I'll show myself. Just as she does not show herself yet. When Kinzo raised his face, his gaze pointed at the portrait of the witch, which was respectfully displayed on the wall. Kinzo's mind didn't dwell for a moment on the fact that today was a family conference, where all of his beloved relatives would gather. It was filled only by the face of the witch in the old painting, who never smiled except inside the portrait. Everybody knew that interrupting Kinzo when he talked about Beatrice would trigger his wrath. Today I will hold a certain ceremony. Oh, and what might that be? Perhaps it is closer to a gamble than a ceremony. After all, magic without risk can never house a miracle. Nanjo had heard Kinzo say this many times before. You might even call it the pet phrase of Kinzo's. Kinzo apparently believed that magic and miracles could occur if you gambled your own fate with a certain amount of risk and triumphed. I wonder what sort of gamble you're making. As a man who was once called the Golden Gambler, and who's not so old he might pass on at any time. This should be well worth watching. I see. So the secret ritual I have developed after much research appears to be nothing more than a gamble to one unversed in magic such as you. You're the one who described it as a gamble. Kinzo, you're the one who described it as such. Why are you being a dick? Jesus. This guy's an asshole. Very well. If I have faith in miracles and win, you will see clearly on this day that all my research did bear fruit, despite it seeming to be little more than the product of my eccentricity. If you win, you will end just as you have already seen, as nothing more than the eccentricity of an old man who might leave this world at any time. Oh? Just what sort of gamble could you be planning to take? As your friend, that band, or ceremony as you called it, I can only pray most sincerely that you achieve victory in it. Yes, I thank you. Speaking of which, Kinzo, have you heard that a much longed for guest will be present at the family conference this year? Oh, no, we're talking about a 90th person? Someone new is actually coming. They're not talking about Butler. What? For once, Kinzo reacted to Danjo's words and turned around. That's right, oh. That's right, Butler Gun from Redolfstein's family. I heard he'll be coming after an absence of 6 years. I'm sure he's become a splendid boy. Oh, Butler? I wouldn't call him long for. The guest was failed to show up for a mere 6 years. Throwing Butler's name and making a disappointed and ill-humored expression, Kinzo turned his back again. I imagine those 6 years went by in a flash for you, considering how you have immersed yourself in your research in this room. However, we might actually receive a visit. I'm a truly longed-for guest, and everything depends on the results of the roulette. The roulette has already started to spin. Will it be rouge or noir? Tonight, let us enjoy ourselves as we see what kind of miracles the roulette will show us. The payoffs are large, and I don't intend to lose. Beatrice, accept my bet. At that time, the telephone on the table rang. The piercing sound seemed to irritate Kenzo, and he picked up the receiver to preserve the silence as much as he could. What is it? I'm busy. Genji speaking. Everyone has arrived. Oh, okay, we just skipped to that point already. No overly long boat ride. What of it? You serve them some tea or something. Certainly, I will do so. Kinzo hung up the phone rudely. Looking at that, Ninja sighed yet again. She set his attention outside the window. As he is now, I doubt Kinzo would pay any heed to any sort of guest. Could any guest possibly make Kinzo come out when the time comes, as he said? Kinzo had a single person in mind. But that was the guest who certainly wouldn't appear. Ninja stared at the witch of the portrait with her impassive expression, unable to decide whether she was smiling or sad, then gazed up at the light-colored sky. I am still wondering what they meant by this. In the truest sense, we'll be receiving a very important guest today, and we're not talking about Butler. I'm wondering about that. What were they talking about? True mystery for the ages. Oh. What? The party? What? Achievement. Welcome back to Rokkenjima. We do hope you enjoy your stay and survive. What's going on? So, are all the pieces in place? Shall we line them all up again and start a new game? Any objections from you? No, none. Hi, Polapo! The witch looked at him challengingly, while elegantly smoking her pipe. And Butler? He just rudely shrugged his shoulders as if he didn't care what she did. He didn't meet her eyes, but that didn't mean he didn't intend to challenge her. It showed his clear determination to never be taken in by this bastard's tricks. It was an expression of his determination to fight. Don't tell me you're jumping into this without a plan? I don't even know you'll make your first move, so I've got no plans or anything. Go ahead and move first. Naturally, I'll do so. Or shall I break down your defenses? How many moves will it take to checkmate you? This is where you'll see me at my finest. No matter what moves you come at me, I won't believe in you. Okay, wait, give me a second. Okay, here we go. Fang noted. No matter what moves you come at me with, I won't believe in you. As long as I stand my ground on that point, I won't lose. And that means this game's built in a way that makes it impossible for you to win. Perhaps you're right. Whatever. I'm the one who decided on many times we'll own this game. We'll repeat it over and over again until I win in your knowledge or defeat. See? In other words, this is torture. An eternal torture that shall continue until you surrender to me. It shall go on endlessly until you acknowledge me in the existence of witches. And I'll play your game endlessly, as many times as it takes, until you run out of patience. So, is Butler canonically dead? And like, all these events just are Beatrice's powers? I've never lost in a test of Subornus. Oh, did a certain witch plant that idea in your head? Cackle. There, well. I'm tired of listening to you ramble. Come on, get this started. Let us begin. I already know all of your moves. The defense doesn't amount to much if the plan behind it is known. Don't think you'll be able to define me with the same moves. Beatrice, I've got just one thing to say before we start. What is it? Go ahead and say whatever you want. Whether I believe you is something I'll decide for myself. No matter how impressive this magic of yours is, my soul won't yield to you. You think this is torture for me? You're wrong. Then what else could it be? If it's torture for you. He spun the chessboard around. So that you'll surrender to me and give up. The battler point. That's right, I've seen that sprite before. Until then, you'll be tortured over and over again. So amusing. What an entertaining metaphor. Torture where we torment each other. Yeah, it's truly amusing. Shall we begin the torture? Nah, we're both stuck here together. That's the final answer. You're stuck in here. And I'm stuck in here. And we both want out. Sure, I'm a battler. Battler, it's a book on suicide. He hasn't been the same since, bro. True, Sapphic. Okay. This is 10:45. I don't remember what happens on 10:45. 10:45 in the morning. Okay, so nothing happens. Every year, the relatives visiting Hiroshima, blah blah blah, I missed it. We let out a sigh of admiration at the rose garden that first greeted them. They would stop there to chat about the rose's beauty and how well they were blooming here. In the midst of all this, there was a single nephew rose, and Maria became overwhelmed with dejection at this condition. But George used his quick wit, saying that everything would be fine if they took care of this thing. Marked it with a candy wrapper and immediately restored Maria's good mood. Yeah, we've seen this. Then Battler, whom she'd been getting along well that morning, started talking about Halloween again. This was such a favorite topic of Maria's that she began playing around energetically again. To Maria, a marshmallow jack-o'-lantern candy bought by her mother was probably the greatest soul of treasure. Okay, the amount of time I've seen that marshmallow, there's gonna be a major plot point around it. They seem to have bought several, and she demanded a trick or treat from every person she met, giving them candy instead of the other way around. I wonder why Maria likes Halloween so much. Because she gets to dress up as a witch, dumbass. I always figured it was a pretty unfamiliar event with Japanese. Well, it's a kids' festival where we get prepared around in costumes, right? It can be fun to play around in an outfit that's different than usual. I think there's a slightly deeper cause behind it. After all, she is a witch, Maria-chan. Come to think of it, when we were at this airport, didn't Maria say that if she was gonna wear a costume, it would be a witch? Does she like witches? Yes, he loves them. So much that it becomes a problem. Jessica thinking about the chef who wears a Marisa costume again. Yeah, I wonder what it looks like on PS3. Like, what is she dressed as? That's my question. Hey, it's not so bad. You expect kids at that age to love fantastical stuff like that? If it was just a on some TV anime, at least it would be cute. I don't think she has a fang. I don't think Rosa has a fang. Same outfit, I imagine? No, it's censored. They remove the two reference in a PS3 mouth. So it's definitely a different outfit. I don't know why they removed it, but apparently they removed it. Probably because of some dumb thing, like immersion or whatever. Judging by Rosa's appearance, she wasn't very happy about her daughter's love for witches as a mother. When this is all over, I'm going back and watching like all the original sprites. Big 2 got to them. I'm gonna see like all the PS3 sprites, right? I'm gonna watch like a playthrough with someone else and like see everything I missed. I'm gonna be delving into so much fan content when this is all over. Because right now I made change to just like look up things, but I know that the second I type Umineko on Google, I'm gonna get a bazillion spoilers thrown directly into my face. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. You know? The cousins of Eden Battler seem to realize this. They shrug, wearing stiff smiles. Okay. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna call it. Rosa. Nothing. You won't like the episode editors and promo pics are full of them. God damn. Amazing. So you're arguing that because she likes witches, she also likes Halloween? If we don't know, why don't we just ask her? Hey Maria! Or Halloween and witches related? As Butler asked that, George and Jessica let out a stifle. As if we were trying to stop him, but too late. Maria might have been waiting for just that question. The being for an instant, her expression turned a little mean, as if to say, "You're totally clueless, aren't you?" Maria's going to make a whole wall of text. I've stopped making those. Like, I don't make them as frequently ever since I can stream. Because now I make those wall of text, like, out loud on stream. Which is great. I get to speak and rant about dumb shit for like hours. Streaming is great. Was the face of a lobbyist who's been ticked off by an insider saying something stupid about the favorite subject. Well, there's a great demo of all the ceiling. Threw fuel on the fire. Yeah, he's great. He's great. I love it. Battler is best girl. Battler is definitely best girl. To the cells, the changing strength of the sun over the course of a year signifies its birth, its growing period, its aging and death, and then survival. I get it. In spring, the weak warm sun starts to grow up and get up, and then gradually gets weaker and worn out. Don't know if it makes sense to think of it as a sun living on an entire life. Yes. So we found out at the end of October, the sun died, was laid to rest in the land of the dead, was then revived at the winter solstice, and the name we gave to the last day of the year, when the sun ended its 1 year lifespan, and died, was Samhain, and they celebrated them. It's an interesting idea to think that the sun is revived on the day of the winter solstice, when the daylight hours start to grow longer again. It's a case that makes it clear how much the ancients regarded the sun as sacred. I see. So what does that have to do with witches? Seemed the mercurial urging forward a slightly infuriated Maria. She glared at me with eyes that told me to shut up while she explained. Based. My eyes seemed to be having a blast as she talked, so I decided not to interrupt. In the interval between October and November, life and death become the closest they ever will. The Celts believe that during this time, the world of the living grew closer to the world of the dead and otherworldly beings. And many of those living in the other world would come to visit. It was like the Bon Festival in Japan. At the time, people believed that souls returning to the physical world would go into people's houses, or possess people and do bad things. So in order to avoid harm, they performed rituals. One of them was to imitate creepy monsters and scare the souls back, which was apparently a way to avoid being possessed. Real shit. Yeah. Maya is a nerd of the highest degree, and despite only being 9, that part became a festival, which turned into a costume parade. You really know a lot, don't you, Maya? Ain't it the truth? Even I never knew Halloween had such a history. But where did that old trick-or-treating come from? Her knowledge was so extensive that the adults have started listening in too. That's a prodigy at time. I mean, it's less that she's a prodigy, more that she's, you know, delved into that subject for like thousands of hours, right? Like at one point, it's obvious she would start to remember. It's artistic hyperfixation. Obviously, she would remember stuff. Maya was normally treated like the youngest of all the time, puffed out her chest with pride. Saying that it was just a kid's discussion, Rosa suggested that the adults go on ahead instead of the luggage down in the guest house. Let her have fun! Let her have fun! Everyone's interested! Why are you being a bitch? Stefik, you missed it out! You missed it out! Maria already beat up, Rosa already beat up Maria, like violently, in a train, many times. Everyone looked at her and she just continued. Until at the end when she was like, wah wah, I realized what bad of a mother I was, wah wah. She's a piece of shit, definitely. Like, let's make it clear. When I said she wasn't that bad, I was only comparing her to George's cowardice. She's definitely a bad person. She at least realized her mistakes, but she still did it. She's still a dog shit person. She's still a terrible mom. But nobody else agreed to go with her. She let out a heavy sigh. Yeah, fuck off! Hey! She got treated just for fun. It had nothing to do with what was originally a Celtic ceremony. That was created later, when Christian customs were mixed in. However, I think it's right for Halloween to be that way. According to Maria, the souls of the dead weren't the only ones who visited from the non-human world. There were also spirits with intimate connections to people's everyday lives. Humans could receive favors from these spirits, so they managed to gain magnificent blessings, as well as a year's worth of good crops. So basically, Halloween was also a bit of a harvest festival. I get it. Now that you mention it, I guess October is a turning point in all kinds of ways, including the seasons. Sort of the opposite of April in Japan. Yeah, that might be a good place to market. Hey! And also, the witches hold a witch assembly, then called the Sabbath. Witches thank the spirits that give out blessings of prosperity and reward them. I accidentally pressed control. Oopsie. Halloween costumes imitate the guests that come from the other side. In other words, you might say giving out candy is a way to show gratitude for the early harvest. Hey, just like George said. So Halloween is a time when those two worlds intermingle. In other words, it's the most important chance for witches to intermingle with guests from that world. Isn't that what you're trying to say? So that's why the ceremony is happening now. Because the link between dead and life is low, right? The supernatural and the natural are close with each other. Ideal time of year. Just like Battler says. And you know what? You know what? October is when the power of the witches and demons is at its most vigorous and prosperous. As I said, I'm sure Beatrice will come. And then we'll eat marshmallow candies together, and she'll bring me to the Golden Land with her. Unless Battler refuses. Unless Battler says no, and you just get devoured apart by demons. We'll sing magical songs together, learn magic spells together, learn how to draw magic circles together. I gotta say, okay, I gotta point it out, right? Because it's still on my mind. It's still on my mind. Give me a second, I just want to show it again. Because it's still on my fucking mind. I just want to look at it again. Just show it up again for people who don't remember. Okay. Just this. Right? Which is a bit horrifying when you think about, oh, like every other death has been somewhat minor in terms of mangling. Like this is described as a brutal, horrible mangling of the face. This is just awful. So she'll bring me to the Golden Land with her. We battle her around. Maria, I'm not so sure. Maria, I'm not so sure. Butler hanging out with the kids, I slip, battling Beatrice is full of Butler's real shit. We'll sing magical songs together, learn magic spells together, learn how to draw magic circles together. And then we'll learn the secrets of runes and I'll become a great witch really, really quickly. And then Rosa comes up and slaps the shit out of her. My, isn't that wonderful? It's best for kids to have dreams. By the way, Rosa, how old will Maria be this year again? Maria, that's enough of that. Don't worry about it, Rosa. So dream all girls have it one time or another. Thank you very much. But Maria's already graduated from that age. Hey, I'm telling you to stop. Rosa's scolding Maria, trying to shut her up before a sheer discussion about magic. And those are sneakers of the relatives. And she's gonna slap her again. Oh, that sounds pretty detailed and impressive. By the way, who was Beatrice again? I know I've heard that name somewhere before. By the way, I've been gone for 6 years and I completely forgotten about the legend of the Rokunjima witch. However, when he said he didn't know Beatrice's name, Maria's once bright mood soured in an instant. When he saw that, Butler immediately remembered that it was the name of the witch of the island, but the damage had been done. So Maria's mood improved. She went on and on about many mysterious and fabulous episodes regarding the Golden Witch. I'm so fucking hungry. I just realized my stomach is gone. I thought I could go on without eating. My stomach is fucking dying on me, like genuinely pain. Oh my god. I'll keep going for a bit, but I'm gonna stop like at a good stopping point soon, because right now I need to eat. I really need to. That's enough, Maria. Thank you, Butler, for letting her chat with you. Canon, don't you have work to do? Please let me know. Good. Looks like everyone wants to set down their backs for the time being. Sorry, but could you get everyone to the guest house? She wants to beat her daughter. Not in front of everyone. Certainly. Well then, everyone, allow me to guide you. Then if you will excuse me. Gula led the relatives, and they began to head towards the guest house. They were eager to set down their luggage and take a breather, so they didn't realize that Norris and Maria weren't coming with them. So watching them leave towards the guest house, Rosa's face changed suddenly. Oh my god, kill her already! Kill her! Kill Rosa! Kill! Rosa! Kill! She let go of the hand that had been gripping Maya this whole time. There was a bright red mark there, making clear how much excessive force she had been using on Maria's slender arm. That end then slapped against Maria's head, pinched her left ear and lifted. Even though I'm telling you not to talk about witches, haven't I always said I was our promise together? You really do like blabbering on. She does not have fangs, okay. Blabbering on about Halloween all the time, don't you? Festival for witches? Who cares about the cells, black magic, all that idiotic trash? Everyone did, Rosa. Everyone was interested. You're 9 years old. 9! Because that scene you made in the train, I went to all the trouble of making a stop and buying you those disgusting monster marshmallows that look like they have fluorescent paint on them. I went out of my way to buy it, even though it made us late. How much more will you embarrass me before you're satisfied? Jesus fuck. The mother of the year, literally the best mother. Like, okay, last week it's a lot of flack, right? But compared to that, Natsui is just like a fucking angel. Like, genuinely an angel. Compared to our bullshit. As Rosa cursed, he twisted Maria's ear up, most as though she was about to tear it off. An expression of anguish spread across Maria's face, while she frantically stood on her tiptoes, trying to soften the pain in her ear. Butler, please show up and beat her up. Butler, please! Rosa suddenly grabbed the candy that Maria had been holding. She threw it on the ground and stepped on it over and over. To Maria, it was supposed to be proof of memory of a brief span of time when her mother had done something fun for her. But now, that same mother was running it into the ground, right in front of her. It was as though a brand had been pushed into Maria's eyes, leaving a mark that could never be erased. What is the deal with this disgusting candy? Disgusting, disgusting! It's because you're like that, it's not because you're like that! Disgusting, disgusting! Yeah, but I don't think it's the candy that is disgusting in this scene, Rosa. I really don't think it's the candy. Struck Maria's head over and over again with her palm. She didn't need Maria's face, because the red swelling would stand out. What a piece of shit! Like the fact that she actually thinks of this is not mere emotion. She can't get away with saying her emotions took over there. She can't say her emotion took over. She can't say that. She cannot say this. Not after purposefully avoiding to her face. Mara closed her eyes tightly, patiently bearing her mother's violence. No, that wasn't quite it. Come back, Mama. Come back. Save me. Save me, Mama. Defeat the bad witch. She kept bearing most ruthless assault, muttering all that over and over. Didn't I tell you to stop talking about witches? Why you? Rosa, tired from meeting her daughter, breathed so hard her shoulders shook. Maya grasped her hand together, withstanding it, hoping her mother would return soon. Mama, Mama, come back quickly. Save me, Mama. Beat the bad witch. Fine, just stay here like that forever. Just stand there, mumbling about wishes and Halloween forever. Hurling those words at Maria, Rosa left in the direction of the guest house, leaving Maria behind. Maya, forgetting even that it was okay to cry, kept staring down the jack-o'-lantern candy that had been trampled beyond recognition. God. I don't even know what to say at this shit. Oh, Rosa! Where were you? I'm sorry. The roses were so wonderful, I just... Rosa, set your luggage down quickly and come with us. We're gonna go say hi to brother. What happened to Maria? You still feel by the fire beds? Yes, since she found a rose she likes and instead she'll take care of it. Refusing to listen. Eva waiting around the corner. If Eva gets to humiliate the fuck out of Rosa for doing this shit, if Rosa comes out, like people actually notice how much of a piece of shit she is, decided to let her do what she wants for a while. You sometimes forget that girls have their own little world. Sometimes you have to respect that, right? Kiri, the genuinely good person. That's right. Thanks for your concern, Kiri. Goda, where's our room? I will guide you this way. Allow me to hold your luggage. I'll be fine. I can carry it myself, thank you. It was that went to her room, guided by Goda. She then closed the door somewhat violently and threw her luggage on top of the bed. Got down on her knees in front of the bed, burying her face in it. For a while, Rosa made as if to trace the sheets with her fingernails, sobbing on. Why are you making it about you? You're the one who beat up the child. Why is she actually doing this? Maria-sama, are you alright? Can appear from behind the thicket after watching Rosa leave. Are you alright? I'm fine. I gave a creepy laugh to Canon, who had seen the whole thing. It looked like she was enduring it as best as she could. She's a horrible person. Can't believe she's a mother. Can't be helped. Don't expect anything better than that to go onto her container of that label. What? I'm just fine! Canon got down on his knees and picked up the trampled candy. What's tragic just looking at it. He thought about dusting it off and returning to her, but really couldn't do so with it in that condition. Just as he was wondering what to do, he met Maria's gaze. No, that wasn't quite right. Maya was looking at the candy Kenan picked up. Right now, Maria's thought was surely the same as the candy that had been trampled into a pulp. Kenan realized this, but he didn't know what he should do.
そうだ
That's right.
さっき
I'll exchange it for the one I received earlier.
交換してあげるよ
Kenan remembered that a similar candy he received from Maria was in his pocket. Maria stuck out her hand. Kenan thought he was trying to take it, so he yelled at the candy, but Maria didn't try to grasp it. Then Kenan realized he was saying, "Give it back." No matter how tragic and troubled it was, this candy was Maria's. That mother had bought it for her. No matter how tragic it was, it had to be this candy, and no other. If only it were intact enough that it could be fixed by dusting it off. Kenan hung his head.
僕には
Dusting it off is the most I can do. I'm sorry. Kenan held out the miserable looking candy Maria wanted. She took it and spoke.
ありがとう
Thank you.
人間に
A
は
human can't do anything except dust off. Which could restore it to who it once was.
ベアトリー
It would be easy for Beatrice. Honestly, I'm starting to think that it's not a matter of possession or anything. He's just straight up coping with the trauma of what Rosa is doing by turning like this. Right? Unironically, may have alternate personalities. Like not in the cute way that George was talking about, like actually posture like a traumatic response to what's happening. There's no other way. There's no other way. What's going on? The way she just suddenly switch around every time something violent and brutal is happening to her. I know randomly it appears. Oh yeah,
ベアトリー
you know about Beatrice.
様のことをご存
The
知
butler, there was no way anyone related to the Ishurmia family could have failed to know Beatrice's name. But just now, Maya had bragged about Beatrice the butler. It's spoken almost as though she was meeting with Beatrice regularly. Kenan felt sharp pain inside his left hand, which was curled into a fist. In the past, a witch called Beatrice had appeared to tempt him, Shannon. He always tried to think of it as a bad dream. However, Shannon insisted that it was definitely a real witch. And then this summer, the shrine to the local Shinto god was hit by lightning, disappearing without a trace over the span of a single night. The shrine was here last time. The shrine was definitely here. Last time we mentioned the shrine. He knew about Shannon breaking the mirror, and he remembered that, as the witch departed, she said she would eventually be revived. And now, this girl who believed absolutely in Beatrice spoke as though she met with Beatrice herself. Kenan couldn't suppress a vague sense of foreboding welling up in his heart. For a while, Maria remained silent so she could see into Kenan's heart, almost as though she was waiting for a memory of Beatrice to be revived. Then she spoke. I thought it was a fight.
マリ
You
ア
know, I'm friends with Beatrice. I'm even gonna meet her today and play.
遊び
You're going to play?
ますか
Yeah,
遊ぶよ
of course we'll play.
一緒にね
We're gonna study magic together. Hehehe. The face of that witch, who kinda tried to pretend it was a bad dream, began to slowly creep into the back of his mind.
Father
says he's extremely busy with research. I think I'm gonna stop here. I think I'm gonna stop here because I am dead tired. I need to eat. I'm not dead tired, I'm dead hungry. I need to eat. I know I stopped early, but oh my god, my stomach is rumbling. I am genuinely in pain. It's awful. I'm gonna stop. Thank you for passing by. Not many people today. Not many. I hope it doesn't stay like this. I hope people actually show up next time. I would suck if people stop showing up. I would have to start reading it on my own. It's prime time Monday, Friday. Makes sense. No, I mean, usually this is when people show up. Like, this is the day where most people show up. In fact, according to my analytics, this is the day where, like, most people show up. Besides Sunday. Monday is one with the lowest amount of people. So, you know, it's quite a bit sad that, like, not many people showed up on Thursday of all day. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna stop here. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for coming. There we go.